what tips do you have to researching for grants?
Well, there's two things that you kind of have to research when you're looking for grants. You got to research and dig deep to find the grants, and then you got to make sure that you're digging into the grants that you find so that you know that they fit well for your company or for the purpose that you want them for. There's lots of grants out there, and a lot of each agency or each foundation has their own stipulations on what they want to fund or how the money is to be used. So you want to dig deep into those companies. There's several different places that you can go. ColoradoGrants.org has a list of grants with due dates. You can look at a specific month and find all the grants that are due or available to apply for that are due that month. You can also search by types of how they are funded or how they are given. And then there's the Colorado Grant Guide, which you can pay for, or you can use, go to like a public library, and most public libraries have access to that guide so that you don't have to pay for it. And that gives you up-to-date profiles of the grantors so that you can dig into what they want. But you really want to make sure and identify, find the information that you'll need for applying for the grant. You'll want to find due dates of their LOIs, or if they request an LOI. You'll want to find if there's any other steps in the process that they want you to complete. Sometimes they want different paperwork before the grant is due, or even before you apply for the grant, just to make sure that you're not wasting their time and your time. And it's important to identify those restrictions or those requests that they're asking beforehand, because you want to make sure and stay faithful to that. If they want 75% of the funds used for a specific purpose and you want to use the funds for something else, then it won't fit right. And so you kind of want to make sure that it's going to fit what you're looking for.
Is there anything we should know about writing an LOI?
Yes. Writing an LOI, that's a letter of inquiry, and that's where you send your information to the company who's requesting it. So the grantors, some grantors request them, some of them don't need them or request them. So you just have to dig to see what they're asking for. But that's where you sell your company, yourself, your need for funds to the grantors. You want to stand out enough that they think, oh, this is a company that we want to give our money to, because they are they have all of their grants that are, all the grantees that are applying, that are applying, they all are looking for the same type of fund. So if this is a fund that is specifically for technology supplies or stuff like that, then every single grantee that sends in a request is going to be asking for technology supplies. So you have to stand out on your purpose, on your handwriting, on your writing skills, your company, and you want to sell that to the grantors. And so you got to make sure and get the deadlines right. And so you want to make sure that it's in there. Keep it short and sweet, no more than 2 pages, so that they can see who you are and what you're looking for. And if the company doesn't require a LOI, but you're not sure if you'll fit, you can make a phone call. Just make sure and have your information of your company well known, because the last thing you want to be is on the phone with somebody who's going to give you the yay or nay on whether to apply and you don't know anything about the thing that you're requesting funds for. So make sure to know your information for your company before you make any phone calls.
What would you say is important to remember about applying for grants?
Don't miss the deadlines, and don't forget to provide information that they have requested. If they ask for you to email it, email it. If they ask you to snail mail it, snail mail it. If they want you to fax it, fax it. If they want you to fill it out on an online profile, do it. It's going to be... they want it streamlined for themselves so that it's easier for them to look through everything. Make sure and use the format that they're asking and the forms that they're asking for. Don't try to change everything to you on your side to be the same for each grantor, because that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for their stuff to be streamlined so that they can have it. If they ask for something that's out of the ordinary for you and there's not a problem with it, go ahead and send it, because I don't know what they use it for, but sometimes they have different information that they request, and you just got to give it to them.
Do you have anything else that you'd like us to know?
Don't be discouraged. There's so many grants out there, and there's so many people applying for the same grants, and there's only so much funds. And so if you don't get your grant that you applied for, then just remember that somebody was blessed with that money, with those funds. If you do get approved for the grants that you applied for, remember that you are blessed. Try to write handwritten thank you notes or thank you cards to the companies that you get both approved and denied by. That's what's going to set you out for the next time you apply for them, because a lot of times you may not get it that time, but you can reapply as long as you still fit the mold for that grant and you're still looking for that money. And then it might be the handwritten thank you, even though you didn't get a card that sets you apart for the next time that you apply. So don't be discouraged.